Hey YouTubers, so I have a ramble right now, a big ass ramble like the big ass cigar about YouTube yet again. Nice big ass YouTube like the big ass cigar. So this has to do with basically a YouTube rule, which basically YouTube recently came out and clarified this YouTube rule. This has to do with demonetization, with ad-friendly guidelines. Now, for the longest time, a lot of people, including myself, thought if you use certain words in your videos or your titles or descriptions, you would get automatically demonetized, meaning limited or no ads. And you might say, well, Smokey Assy, what are those words you're talking about? Are you talking about profanity, like words like fuck, for example, or bitch, for example? And the answer is no. I'm not talking about profanity. I'm talking about words that might be sensitive or might cause controversy, such as words like kill, murder, sexual assault, rape, and suicide. So a lot of people thought for the longest time if you even use those words in your video that you would get demonetized. And the answer is, according to a YouTube employee, you would not get demonetized. In order for you to get demonetized for using words like kill or murder, for example, you would have to, essentially, the focal point of your video would have to be about that sensitive topic. So, in other words, merely saying the word kill or sexual assault would not get you demonetized, I hope. But on the other hand, if you were to make a video that with a focal topic, the focal topic was about a sexual assault or a suicide, that would get you demonetized, limited or no ads. So merely saying the word kill or murder or suicide is not enough to get you demonetized, while on the other hand, if your video topic, the entire topic, was about a suicide, for example, then you would get demonetized, because that is against your ad-friendly guidelines. Not necessarily against your community guidelines, but against your ad-friendly guidelines. Now, people might say, well, what about the title and the description? So you can put according to YouTube, at least according to YouTube, you can put words like kill or murder in your title or description. However, be careful, because what the YouTube employee pointed out is the question would become, if you put the word suicide in your title, for example, or description, isn't the focal point of your video about suicide, for example? So you have to be aware of that. So there are other ways to use those words, like, for example, this is killer fun, for example, or that, that cheeseburger was just murder, for example. So just be careful. So this is not a free license to use those words, whatever the hell you want. So anyway, again, not talking about profanity. We're not talking about profanity here. We're not talking about words like bitch and shit, for example. So we're talking about sensitive words or controversial words like kill or murder, for example. Anyway, have a nice day. Bye-bye. I hope I don't get demonetized. Bye-bye.